Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to use our Sherpa app on the internet. Now I have two browsers started here, and that's because there are actually two parts to the application. One of them is for the client and one is for the driver. They see different things and they respond to one another. So I'm going to act as both client and driver here to see how this application works and how both people will interact. So I'm going to start here on the client side. So to get to the site, all right, the website for our application is new PHP, all right, new PHP 1-1009.appspot.com. But if you go there, nothing is going to happen. All right, you're going to get an error. You actually, for the client, for the person wanting delivery, you have to type in index. All right, so we'll have another web page, sherpa.com or something, that will link to this particular site or to something else. So this will get you here. So this is the actual website, all right, for our site, and this is what they would see when they start up the site. And we have a little welcome here, and this is a general form. We can make it more complex or less complex. This is just generic here for the sake of just getting this running. So let's put in some names. Let's say it's Jim Cameron. All right, and let's just, here to speed things up, I have some numbers already put up in here. Now if you put in real addresses, this actually calculates the distance for us. So I'm going to put in my two old addresses that I used to live at. One of them is on San Jacinto, and one of them is on Trimstone. And we'll put in 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. And let's say Jim wants, he doesn't want any unloading or doing, he'll do it, all right? And, but it's 65 to 100 pounds, and of course Jim's gonna be wanting a lawnmower. All right, and so we'll put submit, and then we get a review of the information he put in, and it tells him his cost. This is going to cost him about $10.37. Now, after he sees this and confirms, there is another page that works in here for us to go and pay for it. Instead of check status, this link could say pay for it, and it goes to a different website dealing with payment. And then after that, you would be linked back here to check on status. So at this point, we'll assume that he has paid his $10.37, and then we go check on status. And here's what you get. You get the pickup location, the drop-off location, the distance, which is 6.22 miles, and a job ID, and it tells you that it is open. A driver has not accepted it yet. So it is open, and to find out if someone has accepted it, you do have to refresh, and of course we haven't accepted it. We're going to now go to the driver, and we're going to see what they have to do to accept this job. So for the driver, they will be watching on the internet, and they will watch like this. It's the same website, new PHP 1-1009.appspot.com, and of course if they go there, there's nothing. They, instead of index, they type in driver. Just driver, nothing else. And then they have an ID. The ID is given to them by us. So once they're accepted into our system, they put in an ID. I'm going to put in an ID of 56789. That will be their ID. So we would give that to them, they put it in, and then they submit. And then here are the available jobs for them. And as you can see, there are a lot of open jobs. All right, and down here at the bottom, we have the latest one that we just put in from San Jacinto to Trimstone. It's 6.2 miles, and here is the job ID for that particular one. So for our driver, they would copy the ID here and put it into the ID down here, and then they would put in their ID over here, 56789, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and then they go submit. And now if you scroll down, you'll see that this last one here has now been accepted by driver 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so they're off on their road to go pick this up. Now we go back to the client, and now when the client comes over here and refreshes their browser, they can see that it has been accepted by driver 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's just an ID. We could send other information along with this. When it's accepted, you also could get a picture of the driver and some other information along with it at that point. And that's how our app works. We need to include a map with this and some other things, but it is functional. It gives you distance. We just need to get the payment system down and some other things. There's very little security on this as well, but it is functional. All right, that's the end.